Guys, Republicans are making a last-minute push to make a change to the electoral system in the country, but really specifically in the state of Nebraska. This is just popping up onto my news feed. I have to talk about it because I've made a video about this previously, and it is of the utmost importance, and it needs to be understood and known about. So Republicans are stepping up their efforts to change Nebraska's electoral vote process to winner take all, a move that would benefit former President Donald Trump in an expected close election in November, in which a single vote could make a key difference in the Electoral College. Okay. The winner-take-all electoral change could be pivotal if the Republican-leaning state allocates all five of its electoral votes solely to Trump instead of dividing them with Kamala Harris. Nebraska split its electoral votes in 2020 with President Joe Biden flipping the second district, which includes the Democrat stronghold of Omaha. Trump endorsed the winner-take-all system in April. Okay. So guys, Nebraska has a system where they do not in every state except for a few, except for I think Maine and Nebraska and maybe one more, but I'm not completely sure. Whatever the country or whatever the state votes for, all of the electoral votes go to that candidate. If in California the Democrat wins, they win all 55 of those electoral votes. There's no splitting up. In Nebraska, and just to show you what that looks like on the map, you see this little blue one in the middle. That's because that is the Nebraska #2 district where it is separate than the rest. Okay. All the other ones typically vote Republican. The district which holds Omaha is more of a swing district, but it has voted obviously for Joe Biden. And they are making a push to change that. However, amending Nebraska's electoral college process is not simple. The governor would have to convene a special legislative session. The governor released a statement on Friday saying he would not call a session unless GOP legislators show they have 33 votes needed to break an expected Democratic filibuster. Yet state senators are not confident they have the votes. State Senator Tom Burwer told the Nebraska Examiner he anticipates the group to come shy with 30 or 31 votes. That is a reason why Trump ally Lindsey Graham have been brought in to make the case. So they're doing their very, very best. They're trying their hardest to flip. Again, the election, guys, is in 40 or 50 days. Imagine if Democrats were doing this. Imagine if there was a district that was voting solidly Republican and Democrats went in with 30 to 40 days before, 40 to 50 days before the election, and we're convening a special session and trying to swing votes and get people to change this long-standing policy for clearly partisan reasons. And guys, the reason they would be screaming voter fraud, they would be saying this is a rigged election, they would be screaming to the high heavens, they'd make the greatest stink about it in the world. And that's why we have to be vocal about this, because look, the reason they're doing this, to give you an example, is because there is a particular map, there's a particular outcome of this election where Trump wins North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, and the Democrat holds the blue wall, and that is just enough to get them to 270 votes, with the addition of the Nebraska Omaha district. This is the district that's in question. If you eliminate that district and just meld it into the rest of the state, that one vote, which was originally Democratic, you just go ahead and flip that to Republican. And then what happens? All of a sudden, you have a 269 to 269 vote tie. And this is a nightmare scenario for not just Democrats, but for the country, because in a tie, there's these crazy rules that the founding fathers, our esteemed founding fathers, came up with, where if there's a tie, then the decision on the election gets sent to the House of Representatives. Now, it is not the traditional House of Representatives as we understand it, but it is a delegation sent by each of the states that is made up of the legislatures, and the legislatures right now are controlled majority Republican. I think it's like 26 to 24 or 27 to 23. I'm not exactly sure, but it's some breakdown like that. So they're trying to give themselves one more path to victory now that now that they're sort of waning in support. They're trying to break the rules down and do this last minute ridiculous scheme to literally change the election weeks before it's about to happen, so that it opens up this maniacal scenario where if there is this rare case, again, where Democrats win the blue wall, Trump flips back a few states, that you have this crazy tie, and then it gets sent to the House of Representatives where it will be handed to Donald Trump in that case. This is absolutely ridiculous, and it needs to be understood and fought against, because this is the real scheming. This is the real, when Republicans talk about Democrats, they're cheating and the voter fraud and all that bullshit. None of it's true. It's pure projection. There are 7 cases of voter fraud, and none of them affect the outcome of the election. Republicans are the ones that gerrymander maps and that suppress votes and that do these last second schemes to literally try to change the entire electoral map, because I know it's just in one state, but it changes the entire math of the electoral map, and it is just absolutely unacceptable. So don't let them do it. It doesn't seem like they have the votes to be able to do it, thank God. But who knows? I don't trust Republicans. I don't trust that they have the moral standard or ethics to not do something like this. So don't be surprised if they do something like this, and then it just becomes all the more important to go out and fight and vote to defeat these guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.